All right, let's jump right in. So you've built an app. You poured your heart and soul into it. But here's the thing. Launching is just the beginning. The real challenge is getting noticed in a sea of millions of other apps. That's what we're talking about today. We're breaking down the playbook for App Store Optimization, or ASO. This is your key to winning the visibility game.
And why is this so critical? Well, get this. According to a recent Statista report, a whopping 40% of people all over the world find new apps simply by searching on places like Google. 40%! That is a massive chunk of your potential audience that you just can't afford to ignore.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? With all that competition out there, just having your app in the store, well, it's not enough. You've got to fight to be seen. So how do you make sure that when someone is searching, your app is the one they find?
The answer, my friend, is mastering ASO. Honestly, it's the single most important strategy you have for climbing up those search rankings so that real, actual users can find you, see you, and download your app.
So what is it really? Simply put, ASO is just the process of fine-tuning your app's page inside an app store. The higher you rank in those search results, the more eyeballs you get on your app, and the more you get those all-important downloads. It's really that simple.
You know, the easiest way to wrap your head around ASO is to just think of it like SEO, but for app stores. If you have any idea how websites get ranked on Google, then you're already halfway there. ASO takes those exact same ideas and just applies them inside the world of Apple's App Store and the Google Play Store.
Now, the store algorithms look at two main buckets of information. First, there's the on metadata. This is all the stuff you can control directly: your app's title, your screenshots, your keywords. Then there's the off metadata. This is the stuff you can't directly control, like how many people are installing your app or the ratings and reviews they leave behind. To win at this, you have to nail the parts you can control to influence the parts you can't.
Okay, so let's focus on what you can control, your product page. I want you to think of it like your digital storefront. It is your one and only shot to make a great first impression and convince someone to hit that download button.
We're going to start with the words. The text you use on your page is what the store's algorithm reads to figure out what your app is all about. But it's also what people read to decide if your app is what they're looking for. You're writing for both robots and humans here.
Your app's title is absolute prime real estate. Both Apple and Google give you just 30 characters, so every single letter has to pull its weight. The best strategy is to blend your unique brand name with one or two really powerful keywords. That way, people can find you for what you do and remember you for who you are.
But let's be real. People don't just read, they look. Often, your visual assets, like your icon and your screenshots, are the real deciding factor. They determine whether someone even bothers to stick around and read your amazing description in the first place. A great icon follows a few simple rules. You got to keep it simple. One core idea. It should be instantly recognizable, and please, don't put words in the icon. It needs to communicate what your app is about in a split second. Oh, and a little pro tip, a subtle border can really make it pop, no matter what wallpaper a user has on their phone.
And with your screenshots, listen, don't just show what your app looks like. You have to show what it can do for the user. Use every single slot they give you. The first 2 or 3 are absolutely critical, so lead with your strongest value proposition. And here's the key. Add short, punchy text that explains the benefits, not just the features.
Now, a really common mistake is to just copy and paste your app listing from one store to the other. You can't do that. You have to think of Apple and Google as two completely different kingdoms. They each have their own unique set of rules, and understanding these differences is absolutely crucial for success.
The single biggest, most important difference between them boils down to one thing: keywords. The way each store finds, indexes, and ranks your app based on those words is fundamentally different, and that means a one-size-fits-all approach is pretty much doomed from the start.
So here's how it breaks down. On one hand, you have Apple, which is very precise. It gives you a special, hidden field with exactly 100 characters just for your keywords. Its algorithm then mixes and matches words from your title, your subtitle, and that keyword field. Google, on the other hand, acts more like its parent search engine. It just scans everything, your title, your descriptions, all of it, to figure out what your app is all about. And this huge difference even extends to the long description. For Apple's App Store, that section is pure marketing. It has zero impact on your search rank. Go wild, tell a story. But on Google Play, it's a major ranking factor. You need to treat that description like an SEO-optimized blog post, carefully weaving in your most important keywords.
This little cheat sheet here makes it all easy to see. Right away, you'll notice the title length is the same, but look at the difference in the next line. Google gives you 80 characters for a short description, while Apple only gives you 30 for a subtitle. And of course, the big one, that 100-character keyword field is an Apple-only feature. These little details totally shape your strategy for each platform.
Look, ASO is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. The best in the business are constantly testing, learning, and tweaking. And lucky for us, on Apple's platform, there's a really powerful built-in tool to help you do exactly that.
It's called Product Page Optimization, or PPO for short. Basically, this is Apple's own tool for A/B testing your creative stuff. You can create different versions of your icon or your screenshots, show them to a percentage of real users, and get cold, hard data on which one gets more downloads. It completely replaces guesswork with actual results.
And setting one up is surprisingly easy. You just create your test versions, decide what percentage of your traffic you want to send to them, pick your regions, and launch. After that, it's all about watching the analytics. As soon as you see a clear winner, you can apply that new version to everyone, and you'll know you've made an improvement backed by data.
Okay, so we've totally covered how to get found inside the app stores, but what about everywhere else? Remember that 40% stat from the beginning? A lot of people start their journey not in the App Store, but with a simple search on the web.
And this is where good old-fashioned web SEO comes into play. The whole goal here is to create little pathways that lead from all over the internet right to your app's download page. That starts with having a great website. From there, you can write helpful content, get featured on review sites, and even use something called app indexing to let users jump from a Google search result straight into your app.
Here's the best way to think about it. ASO and SEO are like two engines powering the same car. ASO is the engine that gets you discovered inside the walls of the App Store. SEO is the engine that gets you discovered everywhere else. A truly great growth strategy doesn't pick one or the other. It masters both and makes them work together.
And that brings us to the end. Your text is optimized, your visuals are polished, and you know the rules for both Apple's and Google's kingdoms. So, the final question is this: what's your next move? How are you going to expand your reach beyond the store to truly win this visibility game? That right there is your next challenge.